If you're looking for a luxury third row SUV and you don't want something over the top large, you want something medium size that's easy to maneuver in and out, plus room to fit everybody, look no further. Cadillac Lakeland has given us the 2023 Cadillac XT6 Sport all-wheel drive in your crystal white. New last year was the Sport trim, and they added those Brembo brakes, which we have with the red brake caliper, so it sets it apart, especially for a styling perspective and for safety. Inside is going to get the carbon fibers. You're going to get the gloss black, leather wrapped steering wheel, captain seats for the second row, and the rivals start with BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Genesis, Volvo, Infiniti. You can go a mile long, but they're not going to have the same luxury interior as this. The performance to back it, plus the outside appearance that makes it more performance driven than the rivals. Which one's the best for you? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The new Cadillac XT6 is off the Buick Enclave platform. However, this is sharing the same unique styling as the Escalade, but it's in a smaller package. So that way it's easier for maneuverability. Ground clearance is still nearly 7 inches, which is very good for a mid-size SUV. And I do like how we got the monochrome Cadillac badging with the piano black in the grille, chrome surrounding it that just brushes into your adaptive LED headlamps and daytime runnings. Going down to the lower, your signature LED daytime running with your turn signal, and you get that gloss black that's going to be on that curtain with the gloss black circling the bottom of the bumper and silver to give a nice little touch to the front piece. I do like how everything just screams performance / luxury. That's what you're getting with this longer hood, and it brushes into the flared out fenders. These are 20-inch 5 multi-spoke alloy wheels with Brembo brakes in the front with the red brake caliper with the XT6 badging on the side sills. The gloss black goes into the rear, which are dual exhaust outlets, and yet again that signature LED tail lamps only from Cadillac, so you can distinguish what this vehicle is a mile away. And that's what I like about the Cadillac brand. It sets itself apart with luxury, so when you're looking at a Lincoln, you're looking at an Infiniti, a Mercedes, BMW, whatever it is, you know a Cadillac. The crossover Touring 6 has a real-time damping suspension, McPherson strut front, a multi-link rear, gloss black that's going to be over all of your window treatment and on the roof rails. So I do like the signature touch that Cadillac's doing, because this is a traditional box-shaped vehicle, a length at 198.8 inches, a wheelbase 112.7 inches, the lower roof spoiler with the gloss black that helps tuck that rear windshield wiper underneath, making this the more luxury looking in the rear when you compare it to the rivals. They do a good job cleaning everything up. The reflectors integrated underneath the tailgate. I do like the gloss black. If you need a cut into the bumper, towing is up to 4,000 pounds. So it's not going to be the best in class, but I do like the setup that we have. Power tailgate to go inside cargo at 12.6 cubic feet. You have storage underneath the floor. You can fold the third row down electronically to a 50-50 split fold. That will increase the cargo to 43.1 cubic feet. We have a 12-volt charger. Fold down those captain seats to max the cargo at 78.1 cubic feet. The best part about this particular Cadillac is it's the Sport trim, so you have all the bells and whistles. We have the upgraded engine, which is going to be more than that turbo. Let's go inside, start it up, so you can hear that exhaust note. There's nothing like a naturally aspirated V6 whenever you're getting these smaller or mid-sized SUVs compared to the large SUVs that become gas-aholics. The Cadillac XT6 backs the performance with a 3.6-liter V6, producing 310 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque that's paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, achieving 19 to 26 mpgs, a 0 to 60 will range around 6.4 seconds, quarter mile at 15.1 seconds with that top speed over 120 miles per hour. So what you're getting with this is a vehicle that can fit the family. You have the performance behind it. It's not going to be as fast as a BMW X5 or maybe even a Mercedes GLS 450, but the savings that you're getting is almost $20,000 whenever you get into that, and the Mercedes is going to be even longer than this. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 Cadillac XT6 as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Cadillac XT6, you're going to receive 39.8 inches of headroom, 41.2 inches of legroom, leather bucket front seats and Cirrus, 10-way power adjustment, Cadillac badging, perforated. I like the way the headrests are and the way they keep all that luxury with the performance starting with the gloss black on the driver's side, and it goes into the carbon fiber on the passenger side with the silver that's going to outline both of it. Dual climate control settings and a storage pocket right underneath it with your 8-inch infotainment screen that is touch. We got the pinch and we got the swipe. Click onto the home button, it's going to give you a 2 screen so you could do your climate control, your audio, and your navigation all at once. You could swipe over here so you can see all the apps we have: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi, Hotspot, Amazon Alexa, Sirius XM. Climate control, you could do it here or through your knobs. So you have both capabilities, and you can also do it for your third climate control setting as well. Push it into reverse, you do have full trajectory, it is just a reverse camera, and it's wide enough in the interior that they utilize the space really well. I do like how it's a layered dashboard with the contrast stitching on the top and how it brushes into the door panels. The air vents get the silver. Here it's going to be just polished off with the matte. The gear lever is the only of its kind. That's the way Cadillac likes to do. You have your rotary knob for your infotainment. Cup holders, a 16.9 ounce water bottle fits without any issues. I'd say a 20 ounce max. You have your driver mode select right here for your all-wheel drive, your sport, off-road, your touring, anything to make it more comfortable. Elbows are going to be nice and soft. Open up inside here, you're going to get some storage. This is the unique thing. It's a wireless charging pad that you can put your phone, plus you can run the wires through it and use the USB-C or A port. You can pick this up, you have more storage underneath it, so it is one of its only kind that keeps everything seamless. When you're comparing it to any of the rivals, they've done a decent job in cleaning everything up, because what happens, you're going to have wires. You're going to have a USB or a USB-C, and you're going to just have them every which way, not inside the Cadillac. You also have a pass-through with a 12-volt, a large 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. You're going to get that carbon fiber that makes it look even more aggressive. Multi-function, the badging really looks settled, and you have your paddle shifters. Gauge cluster can go through an array of information for the driver. It has a little digital reading in the center. You can do your turn-by-turn navigation and your Bluetooth audio. Carbon fiber with the Bose premium sound system. Soft where you rest your elbows, one touch up and down for the front windows. They're dual pane. You can also adjust the rear tailgate. Storage pocket is pretty large, about 216.9 ounce. A large pano moonroof. Let's see how we look in the back. For the second row, I'm at 39.1 inches of headroom, 39.1 inches of legroom. The pano comes behind me. You can also move these back. They adjust 4 ways, so you can have a lot more space, and you can recline them so you can really enjoy, or you can move it all the way up to give optimal space for the third row, but I would say mid-grade is the way to go. Elbows are going to be nice and soft. Third climate control, heated seats, 2 USB ports, a hidden storage or more cup holders, and a storage compartment. For the door panel, harder materials up here with the contrast stitching, the carbon fiber with that silver, upgraded Bose 14 speakers come into the rear, soft where you rest your elbows, and I do like that we still get the pattern, and you get a storage pocket that you could probably fit about 2 16.9 ounce water bottles. And it's easy access to go into the third row either this way or just get out through the car, pull the lever, and walk right in. Entering inside the third row, slide that in, walk right in, put it back, and you can actually fit an adult back here at 37.2 inches of headroom, 29.5 inches of legroom, and I can feel the air circulate all over me. Things that I dislike though is where I rest my elbows or my arms, it's going to be harder material. 16.9 ounce water bottle fits without any issues. Both sides get a USB-C port, plus I get my air vent right here, and I can feel the air circulate right through here as well. So you can also relax like this if you need to really stretch it out. If not, tell the passenger that's in the second row, move it up a little bit so you can actually enjoy the third row. Taking the 2023 Cadillac XT6 out for our test run, 3.6 liter V6 naturally aspirated at 310 horsepower, 271 pound-feet of torque, 9-speed automatic transmission. We have the sport trim with the Brembo brakes in the front. We got nice paddle shifters and carbon fiber in the interior to just make it more sport derived. So I do like that, because when you're comparing it to some of the rivals, you're not going to get all that sport. We're going to see how well she performs, and here we go. And the brakes. Brembo spec. You're not going to have any issues with that. You have good performance, 0 to 60 in the 6-second margin. Give her a little go. I like that you get a nice throaty exhaust behind it, and yet it's still quiet inside the cabin. Dual pane windows in the front, so that does definitely help it. Now, there's 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike. Is anything more than that, I'd be buying this XT6. The 3 things that I like has to start off with the easy access for the second and third row, meaning when you put the power folding seats down, they go just like that. It actually goes faster than all of the rivals. The second thing that I like, the little hidden pocket that you have for your key fob. It may not be designed for the key fob, but I like the fact that I can put my key fob right next to the steering wheel, because me personally, I don't usually like to have a lot of things in my pockets. You can just put it right there. The last thing that I like is how the dashboard is dressed. It looks like they just laid everything, tailoring it to the T. Excellent job in the designing. 3 things that I dislike: the screen is just way too small. They need to make it bigger. Maybe implement some of those screens from the Escalade. The second thing that I dislike, we have a sport trim. We got Brembo brakes. You're gonna pay for service, but you don't have the performance engine. There's no V. Yes, we have a Cadillac Escalade V for the first time. I'd like to see something like that with this, because you got 2 powertrains, and really I would say opt for this one. The turbo is going to be good if you drive that first. If you drive this one first, you're going to think that it's not sufficient in power. The last thing that I dislike about the vehicle is the seat settings. You got 10-way power adjustments, which is great. However, it doesn't bolster tighter to you on the side, so you kind of slide around a bit, which is fine depending on the dimensions of the person. It just would be nice that you could really tailor the seat to fit anybody, whether you're not as tall or you're super tall. It would just contour a little bit better. Turn radius, we're going to try to do it at a stop point more or less. You're going to be receiving about 2 in a part lane. Let's rock and roll in some rain. That's that all-wheel drive system just working flawless. And I like that you have that when you get a sport trim, especially with upgraded wheels. You want to be able to maneuver the vehicle. You can do that. It's going to feel a little bit boaty, but it's adjustable suspension. So you have to take some pluses and minuses if you want a smooth ride for the long haul. For the price point that you're at, $60,000, $70,000, you get a lot of tailored design and luxury slash sport. Not trying to sound like a broken record, but if you go into the Genesis GV80, which is very comparable to this, you're going to be spending north $10,000 to $15,000 more. That's a Genesis. If you go into Mercedes, BMW to get something that's comparable, another $10,000 to $15,000. Volvo, the same thing. You could just keep going on and on, sounding like a broken record, but that's how much of a deal that you're getting. And for a smooth ride every day, it's hard to say they didn't tick all the boxes, because for me, like I said in prior reviews, if this came out sooner than it did, I may not have even looked at an Infiniti, because I am super impressed with the way Cadillac just holds itself. It has a different styling to it, and it makes itself in its own category, even though it still fits in the luxury. I wish it didn't necessarily have Brembo brakes, only because that ups the service bill. But overall service is going to be inexpensive comparing it to any of the rivals. Longevity, it's a Cadillac. It's a vehicle that you're going to drive on a daily basis. Towing could be a little bit more, but again, it's a medium-sized SUV. It's not a large one. If you need more, go into the Escalade. There's always a few touches here and there, but for the most part, excellent job bringing this vehicle into light, giving us a 6-seater that has the power behind it, and it's still super smooth, almost butter like a Lexus. I'd like to thank Cadillac Lakeland for giving us this 2023 Cadillac XT6 Sport for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click the next video, the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Check out the details, merchandise, website, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides. The turn signals, they could be polished up a little bit. The gauge cluster, just a touch, but there's always gonna be something that you can do for the next year.